Today we're going to be crocheting this very simple hanging basket. And this is a very quick and easy, beginner-friendly crochet pattern. And if you're interested in the other tutorials in this gift bundle, check the links in the description. And I am working with the Lion brand yarns Re-Up Recycled Cotton and Polyester Blend yarn. And these are size 4 medium weight, and the color is Portobello. I'm also going to be working with a size N or 15 or 10 millimeter crochet hook. And you're also going to want to grab a handle of some sort. So this is my crochet handle, and I will link to the tutorial for this in the description. You can also grab a wooden handle. There are a ton of them online, but I will link to this one specifically if you're interested. And we're going to be working with both strands of yarn as if they were one strand. And we're going to attach this yarn to our crochet hook using a magic circle. Then we want to chain 1 and place 1 single crochet inside of our magic circle. And then we want to add 12 double crochets to this. So don't over tighten your stitches, and that will help this have that netted look. And once you have your 12 double crochets in place, pull on your tails to tighten the gap in your magic circle. From here, we want to skip our little single crochet and dive right into the top of our first double crochet right here. And in it, we're going to place 2 double crochets. And you do have the option of crocheting over your tail by just lining it up with your stitches if you would like to. And you might want to grab a scrap piece of yarn, safety pin, or stitch marker to mark the first stitch here. From here, we're going to place 2 double crochets in the remaining stitches in our row until we make it back to our stitch marker for a total of 24 double crochets. And at the end of your row, you can remove your stitch marker. And from here, we're going to place 1 double crochet in our first stitch. We're going to go back and mark that stitch. Then we're going to place 2 double crochets in our next stitch. And we're just going to alternate between 1 and 2 double crochets going around our row. And when we make it back to our stitch marker, we should have a total of 36 double crochets. And when you get to the end of your row, you can remove your stitch marker. And the pattern for our next row is to place 1 double crochet in our first 2 stitches. And we're going to go back and mark that first stitch. And then we're going to place 2 double crochets in our third stitch. And we're going to repeat this going around our row for a total of 48 double crochets. And when you get to the end of your row, you can remove your stitch marker. And the pattern for our next row is to place 1 double crochet in those first 3 stitches, and then 2 double crochets in our fourth. And don't forget to mark that first stitch. And we're just going to repeat that going around our row for a total of 60 stitches. And at the end of your row, your pattern should look something like this. From here, all we're going to do is place 1 double crochet in each stitch in our row for our next 9 rows. Once you have your 9 rows, then your basket is probably going to start to look really, really big, almost like a beach bag, which is great. So what we want to do from here is switch from placing double crochets to placing single crochets, and we're going to work these around our handle. So what you're going to do is slide your crochet hook up underneath your next stitch and then grab your handle. And we're going to wrap our crochet hook around our handle and then yarn over and pull our yarn over around to our current stitch. And we're going to pull through our stitch. And then we're going to yarn over and drop our 2 loops that are on our crochet hook. And then we're going to slide our crochet hook in our next stitch and then work around our handle again, placing these single crochets around our handles. And we just want to repeat this until we placed 10 stitches around our handle. And once you have your 10 stitches over your handle, it should look something like this. And we're just going to place one double crochet in each stitch in our row until we make it back to our handles. And once you've worked around your row and you make it back to your handles, then you're just going to want to work in the top of your single crochet stitches that were around your handles. So right here, you're just going to work in the top of those stitches and continue with your double crochets. And I crocheted 3 rows above my handles, and I just crocheted to about the halfway mark from my handles on my basket. From here, you're going to want to grab your stitch marker again, and what we're going to do is place one double crochet in our first 3 stitches, and we're going to mark that first stitch. Once you have your 3 double crochets in place, then we're going to double crochet 2 together in these next 2 stitches. So yarn over and slide your crochet hook up underneath your next stitch and yarn over and pull up through the stitch, and then yarn over and drop 2 loops. So you should have 2 loops on your crochet hook, and we're going to yarn over again and slide our crochet hook in our next stitch, yarning over and pulling up through. So you should have 4 loops on your crochet hook, and we're going to yarn over and drop 2 loops, and then yarn over and drop these last 3 loops. And so now we just want to repeat that pattern again, placing one double crochet in our next 3 stitches and then double crocheting 2 together. And we're just going to repeat that going around our row for a total of 48 double crochets. And for our next row, we're going to place one double crochet in our first 2 stitches and then double crochet 2 together in our 3rd and 4th stitch. And don't forget to mark that first stitch. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more crochet tutorials and patterns. And we're just going to repeat this pattern going around our row for a total of 36 double crochets. And for our next row, we are just going to place one single crochet in each stitch in our row going all the way around. And don't forget to mark your first stitch. And when you get to the end of this row, you should have a total of 36 single crochets. And from here, we're just going to place one slip stitch in our next stitch. And then we're going to cut and tie off our yarn. And then we're going to hide our tail on the outside here and then turn our basket inside out. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe because that really helps me out. Thank you so much for crocheting with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.